Well, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we have kind of a haul video, kind of a shop with me, a little bit voiceover video. And lately I've been finding some pretty interesting items. So I figured I would share little snippets of Goodwill, little snippets of a haul video, and some items that I had to ship out very quickly because they sold in less than 48 hours. So welcome back to my channel. I am Karen, Lavenderclothesline. Always excited to share with you guys what I'm finding out in the real world, items that I know something about and stuff I know nothing about. Hit that like and subscribe button. Let's get going. Let's see what we can find to flip for a profit. So this is what my normal craziness looks like. I have pushed up to 5 carts. Now, I have to say it's a lot easier when I'm not holding the GoPro or any kind of camera. And here I'm just trying to make it around the corner. I wasn't able to film the shelves of finding this stuff because you can see the amount of items pouring into this Goodwill. Just crazy. The shelves are loaded and all of these carts are more inventory that are going to be put into the already full shelves. So I'm going to bring you up and down the aisles, pushing 2 carts, and we'll see what else we can find. Now, as you can see, the items that are in the carts are items that I have talked a little bit about on Instagram, but I'm going to go over a few things after this part of the footage. Here I'm finding a beaded sequined bag, unbranded, and I almost bought this, but for some reason I felt like it wasn't high quality, but right after me somebody else took it, so I was really glad for that. I love when items get bought and they don't go to the landfill. Now sometimes Goodwill says that they don't put it in the landfill. I can't imagine all of this stuff is getting recycled. So this year for Christmas I want a chain so I can chain all of my carts together and just have to pull one cart and everything will follow along. Here I'm showing this lamp, this plastic lamp, because the matching lampshade was very tiny. And not that I was going to pick it up anyway. I did very much like these cheese signs. And I'm not quite sure why I didn't pick those up. I think because I felt like I wasn't sure what store they came from. Here I'm looking at a train case. I call these train cases. I do still pick these up when they're in gorgeous colors. I have found red, the lighter aqua does well, and that one was missing the insert tray. So I'm very picky with those because they're quite heavy. Here I thought this clock was interesting. Now just because I find something interesting doesn't mean I'm going to put everything in my cart, believe it or not. Here I wanted to zoom in on these 2 figurines, beautifully painted. I do check for the double blue crossed swords, which is Meissen, I believe we say. Meissen is an amazing brand, or it's not really a brand, a company that was from the late 1700s forward. And if you ever find Meissen, again, 2 blue crossed swords marked on the bottom, you definitely want to run comps. A lot of times the items have damage, and I was hoping to see that marking on the bottom, but these weren't marked with that mark, and I did leave them behind. I turned the corner and on the bottom shelf was a very big amount of Avon vintage, of course, cosmetics, soaps and different washes, aftershave, and I'll also insert photos of 2 carts that got pulled out. Now, recently, Michelle from Shell Bell did a Bolo type of video. It's a new series for her of where things might bring good money and we might be missing them. So you want to go over and catch that. She did an Avon one recently where most Avon doesn't bring good money, but there are certain products. So I did look through quickly to see if I could spot any of the items that Michelle shared. And I did not find any, but boy, was there a big amount of Avon that came in. I don't know if this came from a collector or where this came from, but really interesting. Here I was finding a little gold mirror. And I love these kind of mirrors, but that one had a plastic back. I look for a wood back or paper backing. More Avon. Here I'm noticing a plaster relief plaque. I felt it was modern and not well done. I still always look at pencils. I have sold more vintage pencils for crazy high money than I can even count. Here I'm jumping over to show you my cart. I did find this cherub. Now while I thought this was very good and normally I would pick this up, I decided to put it back. I'm trying to be more and more choosy about the heavy items, the breakable items that I pick up. That might have been a mistake. I think that cherub would have done well. But I am shipping out breakable heavy items every day. Okay, this tray is just stunningly beautiful. And on the back, made in Italy, $1.99. Always a yes to this type of thing. Right in the cart it goes. If you're wondering about the tennis balls on the top of the cart, those are for my granddogs. Lisa has 2 dogs that love tennis balls, so I'm always sure to pick those up. Can I say how much I don't like selling big bags of Barbies? You have to comb their hair. Yeah, I'm over Barbies. Unless they're super vintage, then I would probably say yes. A lot of very interesting things on the shelves here. So while pushing the 2 carts and filming, I'm really trying to pay attention if there was anything good. Okay, I was really just so interested in this homemade Christmas light. Is this a thing and I didn't know about it? Look how good this is. Somebody made this with solo cups. I so want to make a bunch of these and hang them in my house. I actually pulled that down so we could take a look at that. Guys, isn't that really good? Leave a comment down below if you have seen that before. I definitely wanted to show you guys this tapestry canvas. So it's an unfinished piece. It's just the canvas. And as you can see, this thing is gorgeous. Whoops. And when I found this, I thought this is something totally different than the normal tapestries that I find. You know, the needlepoint kits. I'm just going to try to unroll it. This is Royal Paris. That is the brand name. And it is made in France. And as you can see, it's quite large. Probably, I'm going to guess again, almost 3 feet across, maybe 2.5 feet. And this flew out of my store. So the next day when I went back to Goodwill, I wanted to see if they had any more of this, whoever donated this, and I did find another one. Hopefully I'll insert a photo, or you know what, maybe I'll go run and get it. This one sold for $87 in less than 24 hours. Yep, unfinished, just a canvas that somebody's going to do needlepoint, no thread, no anything included, just this one piece, and sold really quickly. So I always try to find a roll that will be good for the inside of it, and then I slip this either into a priority triangular box, or I save tubes from different items that I buy, and this will go into a tube. So either way, both the inside and the outside will be protected. So here is the other vintage tapestry canvas, just beautiful. On it, they had a price of $29.99. I don't think that's the original price. I think that was probably where this was, you know, in a shop or something like that. This is quite old, and it does have the color key on the back. So somebody who does want to do the needlepoint will know what colors were meant for the original design. Just so beautiful. Here's the color key again on the side. And this is Le jeune élève, which I think means the young student, something like that. Le jeune élève. Okay, so keep your eye open for vintage tapestry canvas pieces. And even if they are partially done, they will still sell. Somebody will continue on with the work or remove the prior artist's work and do it themselves. So I didn't list this one yet. I just got it, I think, yesterday. And hopefully it'll bring the same profit as the other one brought. I paid $2.99 for this one and 99 cents for the other one. Great return on the money. And the last item of this part of the haul that I'm shipping out this morning, but I wanted to catch it, is this calculator, Texas Instruments. This is the 84 Plus Silver, and it is in a deep pink. I've never found this color before. They could be common, and I just haven't found them. So what I do with these is disinfect with a Clorox wipe, put fresh batteries in it, and always show on the screen that it's fully working. Less than 24 hours in my store. $48, and I believe I paid $2.99 for this. All right, so on with the rest of the haul of items that have not sold yet, but I wanted to talk about and let you know why I picked them up. Okay, here we go. Today is a haul video and I'm gonna jump right into it. And this is Williams Grove Flea Market and some Goodwill. I went to Goodwill 3 times this week and I might go later on. It's really stormy here in central Pennsylvania. The sky is black, but you never know. I might jump in the car later and go thrifting. So today, I just have a few pieces, not as big a haul as I normally do because I really want to get listings on today. My sales have been really heating up, so I want to keep that going. But I did want to stop and make this video for you guys to show you some unusual pieces and some pieces you're going to recognize. And yeah, a few of the pieces I'm just going to insert footage because I had to ship them out this morning. They sold lickety quick. Is that a word? Liquidy quick? It's not liquidy quick. Splitty? How do we say that? They sold lickety split? Lickety split. What does that even mean? All right, forget that. I'm just all over the place today. The first item I'm going to show was an item that I found at Williams Grove Flea Market, and it is this beautiful statue. Now I did zoom in, or Lisa did for me, at the flea market, but I thought this really took a closer look. I'm not exactly sure what this is made out of. The gentleman selling it to me said a ceramic plaster. I have never heard of that, if I understood that he was saying that. I kind of think it's some kind of cement almost. It seems like a cement product. But she is beautiful, and I think her name is Kuan Yin. One of you or two of you helped me out in the comments on the flea market video, so thank you so much that this is Kuan Yin. I think we spell it Q-U-A-N-W, no, Q-U-A-N-Y-I-N or K-W-A-N. Y-I-N, Kuan Yin. I can't spell today. Anyway, this is her. And I just fell in love with her. I think she's beautiful. Now, I did pay up for her, even though the vendor was great to work with me. I believe I paid $25 for her. And she is just stunningly beautiful. So it's an oriental figure, and she has a rabbit in her hand. To me, a rabbit would mean fertility, but I'm just making that up. But I just love her, and I do have her listed, I think, and she is quite high, surprise, surprise, but I will lower her after a while if she doesn't sell. Quite heavy. Yep, just picking up the big stuff, the heavy stuff. I'm just going with it, but isn't she gorgeous? All right, I guess I'll continue on with the Williams Grove items, and then we'll go over to the Goodwill items. So the next item is this koi fish. Just beautiful. I feel like I've hauled him before. Did I do this haul? Can't even remember. But this is what he looks like. He's just made out of ceramic, and I just thought he was spectacular. I love this colorway, this aqua and gold. To me, it's a very mid-century modern mix of colors. A lot of times in the 50s, you see either the pink or the aqua with the gold. As a matter of fact, right down on the table, I have a set of glasses that will be coming up, and they are aqua and gold. Koi fish, just lovely. And what did I pay for him? I paid $10, I think. And if he doesn't sell right away, I won't be mad because I'm enjoying looking at him. All right, the last item, I have it in 2 pieces because I took the bulb out, was this lamp. Let me grab the shade to it. So I have this in 2 pieces. We'll take a look at the base first. So when you turn it over, you can see that it's definitely handmade. And before I started to research this lamp, I didn't know what this was called. I thought live sculpture, I wasn't quite sure. This is called cypress knees. And the cypress trees that grow in the swamp areas that are totally underwater, pretty much 12 months out of the year, grow these kind of, I don't know what to call them. They're off of the roots. They're not the roots of the tree themselves, but the roots send these up to get oxygen from the air because the roots, or the surface of the roots, are completely submerged. So cypress knees are what these are called. And artists take these and create different works of art with them. This lamp is stunningly beautiful. So that's what it looks like. And whoever made the shade did a beautiful job. This is what the shade looks like. Whip stitch along the edge, and it's in great condition. So here is it's kind of like a lucite plastic. I don't know if it's exactly lucite, but that's what it feels like to me. Very heavy, thick plastic. Trash pail or trash can with two frogs. So I saw this sitting on the shelf, and what drew my attention is that I have never seen something like this. In a modern store, I haven't. I knew it was vintage. I could tell just by the design of it. And it turns out that these can bring very good money. I know one of the solds that I saw was only $60. I feel that seller priced theirs a little bit low, and one went for, I think, $249, but it could have had a best offer accepted. And the matching tissue box, I think they sold for $175. So I'm pretty excited for this little trash pail, and I will report back on Instagram when it sells, as usual. Next up are actually two listings, but I'm going to hold them up on this tray. Now the beaker pitcher has not been washed out. The glasses, I just shot a little bit of Windex on the inside. I did not hit the outside with Windex because these are true vintage. I think these are 1960s Libby glasses. And I think they're David Douglas. That is my guess. I have not researched them yet. And I think this must be for barware. I don't imagine this is juice. I mean, you could use it for juice, but I think the original purpose for these was, for alcoholic drinks, for barware. And they have a pine cone, beautiful design in aqua and gold. So I'm going to put these down. And we'll take a look at these a little bit closer. So gold rim along the edge, and pine cones and branches. I'm not sure what these are going to bring. There's no marking on the bottom, or is there? There's an L for Libby. Let me just make sure that is an L and not just a ripple in the glass. Yep, there's an L underneath. And what did I pay for these? I paid looks like set of 6, $4.99. So $5 for the set. I thought that was terrific. Now the paint is just slightly worn. It's not too bad. But yeah, so that is that item. The tray underneath that I was holding the glasses and pitcher set on is a beautiful gold painted, look at the sheen on that. How pretty is that? Painted tray. And when I saw it sitting on the shelf, I knew right away that this was vintage because it's just that style. I like this style for Hollywood Regency. I also will use the typical farmhouse or just different keywords, mid-century modern, definitely. And this is made in Italy. It is the company Vietri. V-I-E-T-R-I, probably saying that wrong, but it says made in Italy. But then it has Hillsborough, North Carolina. So I'm thinking that made in Italy, it's imported, and the company is selling it in North Carolina, or did sell it in North Carolina. So that is what that looks like. I believe I paid $2.99 for it. And this is listed, what did I list this for? I think I listed it for $68. And I will report back on how that does. I did list it a little bit high because I just thought it was worth it. It's in great shape, beautiful finish, has a real sheen to it. Really, really pretty. Here is the typical bag of silverware that I pick up. Well, I thought it was the typical bag. And these did come in, I think they had them in a shoe box. And that is what it looked like. And the shoebox was just an old dusty shoebox. And this was on the bottom shelf of Goodwill. I don't know if I caught this on film finding it. I think I did. I'm just going to show you the pattern of what this looks like. 48 pieces, but there are different varying amounts, like there's, 10 butter knives and 8 of this fork. It's not a complete set. But the back, what I got excited about, the back says Fortune Off. So this is Fortune Off Japan, so vintage Fortune Off. And Fortune Off silverware, or flatware I should say, does really well for me. So I'm pretty excited that I found this. Very good condition, not highly scratched, but it is used. And yeah, 48 pieces. And what do I have this listed for? I'm thinking a little over 100, maybe 110, 120. I do really, really well with flatware. I don't pick up all flatware. I don't pick up the really lightweight flatware that you find in very inexpensive stores. I go for more like anything from department store up. So I do pick up Oneida. Who else do I pick up? Just different brands. And of course I pick up the vintage with the beautiful handles. I find that less and less these days though, but I'm really happy with this Fortune Off set. I found another set of glasses the same day that I found the David Douglas set. And these are what this looked like. I did find 4 of them. They are a yellow small juice glass. And I think this pattern is called spaghetti. Now, the glassware that I've seen with the spaghetti name to it is more like a raised. It's almost like it was string, some kind of string dipped in something and then melted onto the glass. The glass has more texture. This one has a little bit of texture, but I don't know. So I'm guessing it's a decal. I don't know that this is called spaghetti, but that's what I'm going to call it. Again, vintage. And do I have the price? These aren't cleaned yet. $4 for the 4. I'm not sure what these will bring. I don't think this is going to be a super high dollar item, but I'm thinking probably $20, $25, and the buyer will pay shipping. This item was sitting, I think, in a shoebox again on the Goodwill shelves. Goodwill has been really heavily inundated with so much inventory that the shelves are very crowded. Now, while that's a really good problem to have because it makes picking very fun and exciting, it does make it really a lot of work to get through the shelves because everything is piled on top of each other. You can miss things easily, but I do like it better than when the shelves are bare. So not complaining, just saying you can easily miss things when the shelves at any thrift store are really just filled with good stuff mixed with junk. You really have to dig a lot. But I did find this, and I might have caught this on film, finding this nativity set, and I love nativity sets. I sell them all year round. Now, they do better from, I'm going to say, late August through early February. That is the time that I'm able to sell Christmas items almost every day. But I will list these are probably already listed, come to think of it, in my eBay store in case somebody is buying, during the summer. I'm fine with that. I keep my price the same. I don't change the price, although I do run different sales. So I'm going to pull out a few pieces and we'll take a look at these. Now this set is just a plastic set. That's why they're all in a bag together like this. And I thought that these are beautifully painted. So that is what first caught my attention. I'm going to show you a few of them. So this guy, he looks like he's playing the bagpipes. Could I be wrong about that? Did anybody in the Bible scene, the birth of Jesus, play bagpipes? The Bethlehem story? Not quite sure. Here is the angel. Once I start seeing that it's well painted, almost always it's Italy. Italy produces so many beautiful nativity scenes. Let me see if I can get one where the face is beautiful. I like this guy's face. He's a shepherd. Okay, so I have about 20 pieces, and I have them all. I have the manger. Where is the baby Jesus? Here he is. Look at that little face. And he has his little creche, is that what we call it? His little bed. Just beautiful. 20 pieces. Trying to remember what I paid. I think I paid $5 or $6, and it wasn't until I really started to see the faces painted well that I realized that the bottom, to look at the bottom, and they are marked Italy. No branding on them. It just has a number. So some numbers and letters, which I don't recognize, but it does say Italy. And I was thrilled with them. 20 pieces in all. Did I say that? So that is that item. And staying on the little figurine figures thing, I found, well, I didn't find, somebody else found this in the thrift store and gave it to me and said, I'm not going to sell this. Do you want this? Yes, please. Snow White and all 7 dwarfs, no chips or cracks. Amazing. Every time I find Snow White, her hands are broken or one of the little guys are broken. And this is SCHMID, Schmid, which is a popular brand, and the Walt Disney Company, and these are older. So there she is. We'll take a look at a few of the figurines. Look how cute these are. So who is that? Oh, Dopey, maybe? I don't know my 7 dwarfs. They are all playing instruments. Now, when I ran a comp on these, the ones that I was seeing were Christmas ornaments, and or ornaments, I should say. They had a little brass loop that you could put a ribbon. These do not have the loop, so these are the standing ones. I don't think these are ornaments, but I mean, you could turn it into an ornament somehow. But really sweet, and yeah, and they're in great shape. All right, I think that is this part of the haul. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps my channel, and the bell notification. And as always, go out and get what's yours.